And now, ladies and gentlemen, the third annual Tejano Music Awards. This evening, we present the...
Welcome to the fourth annual Tejano Music Awards. Tonight, we are proud to...
Buenas noches, damas y caballeros, and welcome to the fifth annual Tejano Music Awards. Tonight's hosts are...
Tejano music fans, welcome to the sixth annual Tejano Music Awards.
And now, the show of shows. Tonight, we bring you highlights of the last 6 years of Tejano Music Awards. Thank you for joining us as we present the Tejano Sound. Featured in today's program are Little Joe y La Familia, Lara Canales, Sonny Ozuna, Patsy Torres, and many more.
This special program is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, Coca-Cola, and the Texas Talent Musicians Association. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Yo quiero ser collar de perlas finas para estar juntito de tu pecho. Quiero ser quien llegará a tus labios y allí yo gozar yo de tus besos. Que sube y grata, que llega hasta el pan. ¿A dónde irán los muertos? ¿Quién sabe a dónde irán? Que sube y grata, que llega hasta el pan. ¿A dónde irán los muertos? ¿Quién sabe a dónde irán? Oh, yeah.
The Tejano sound is different from the Mexicano sound. It's a point of departure from Mexico. It's also a point of departure from the United States. And more than anything else, it's an expression of our cultural humanity within its historical moment, within that time frame, one that is expanding more and more. Because it's ours, it's unique.
But it's got the basic Mexican traditional influences of that polka, that cumbia, that basic beat, you know. And as many groups as there may be right now performing, each one has their own unique mix.
Tejano music, you know, it's like country music, you know, it's beer drinking music. You know, a lot of times it's people that they really get a chance to get out there and stretch out and have a good time, and you know, it's dance music. That's really what it is. It's dance music. You know, people andan tirando gritos and all this stuff, and you know, they really have a good time with it.
Aquel que siempre te amó, te sigue queriendo. Aquel que no imaginó que te fueras de él, te extraña en silencio.
Everyone has an opinion as to what Tejano music really is. And if you listen closely, you can pick out that blend of Latin rhythm, European polka, and country western. That's the totally Tejano sound.
Que te diera ternura, aquel soy yo. Aquel que besara tus labios.
By the late 1970s, the time had come to recognize and reward the musicians, composers, and other artists for their contributions and achievements in the Tejano music industry. And the Tejano Music Awards soon became a reality for the two men who dreamed it one day could happen.
Our culture needs to be appreciated for what it is. A lot of effort has been going into different areas of disciplines in the art world, and this, I felt, was very strong into where it could communicate with a greater number of people.
As far as the beginnings of the Tejano Music Awards, I guess it was mainly Rudy and myself tossing around ideas about why there weren't other Tejano Music Awards that would really cover our type of music statewide. There was a lot of recognition for our artists, but mainly through their performances and through their recordings, and not something that they could actually see and touch with their hands and feel proud of as far as being voted statewide by a statewide audience. So with that concept in mind, when we started working together, we started kicking around more ideas since we had more time together and stuff, and that's when we decided, well, let's do it. Let's go for broke and try it.
The first annual Tejano Music Awards, we didn't have any money. and it was a tremendous task. We were inviting people from left and right. We had big, huge people that we could not afford to pay. There was huge expenses in the hall, the sound, the lights, all of the mechanics of making this work. It was very expensive, but then again, it was $15,000, the very first one, and we thought that was huge. I mean, there was a lot of money that we were going to spend we didn't have. We were sweating it out.
It was a do-or-die situation type thing. It was Rudy, either we gained respect or we run out of town, you know, that type of thing.
It worked, and we paid our expenses. We broke even.
Clavaste tu vista en mi alma, tan solo un momento, tan solo un instante.
After that first scary but successful awards program, Rudy and Gilbert continue to develop the Tejano Music Awards. Each year, it gets bigger and more people enjoy the awards, not only at the event itself, but through radio and television broadcasts from coast to coast, Puerto Rico, and even South America.
Soñé que tu cuerpo extasiado se unía con el mío. Soñé que tu alma llegaba por primera vez. Mentiras, 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 tan solo mentira. Fue tan solo un sueño de amor. Soñé que tu cuerpo extasiado se unía con el mío. Soñé que tu alma llegaba por primera vez. Mentiras, mentiras.
We'll be back with more of the Tejano sound after these messages.
One night with you is what I'm not praying for. The things that we do would make my dreams come true. Take it away, baby. Take it easy, baby. Just don't stretch it out too much. I always lived a very quiet life. I ain't never done no wrong. Now I know what life without you would be too lonely, too long. One night with you is what I'm now praying for. The things that we two could have would make my dreams come true.
Hi, I'm Patsy Torres, and I'm a San Antonian, and I'm proud to be part of the Tejano music industry. When I was growing up, I heard everything from country to jazz to conjunto music to rock and roll. And I guess this Tejano sound they're talking about really captures the spirit and the soul of our people and our community. We're unique. Our music style is unique. And you know what they say, nowhere else but San Antonio.
It is. There is no other city that comes really close to what San Antonio has had historically, has now, has had through the years as far as the groups, the industry, the people, etc. Cara Records is based here. Joey Records, the studios are also here. The distributors even. Manuel Rangel, you know, one of the biggest distributors, he also distributes here.
Well, San Antonio has a plethora of musical artists, has always moved the state of Texas and also had an impact on the nation. Sonny Osuna was one of the first ones to make the breakthrough.
Talk to me, talk to me. I love the things you say. Talk to me, talk to me. Give your own sweet gentle way.
When talking about the early days and the development of the Tejano music sound, Sonny Osuna's name consistently surfaces as a pioneer of this special musical style. He's recognized as one of the major contributors to what regionally was being called La Onda Chicana. After Sonny and the Sunglows' recording of Talk to Me made it big in San Antonio and then hit the national charts, gaining them a spot on American Bandstand, no one was more surprised than Sonny himself.
Well, we're all young, and at the time I call it playing for Cokes, because we weren't thinking about it as a business. All we were doing was doing rock and roll music, adding some licks, changing a lot of the words over to Spanish words, and making it more like a bilingual song, just playing it however it came out for us in our style. And so we saw that we were growing and growing, and we kind of started liking it. Well, we decided one day to go team up with a man whose name is Manuel Arguera.
All we wanted to do was to be able to get some gigs in the neighborhood, you know, for weddings and what have you. And the thing just, you know, we were so busy. People always ask us to analyze, they want to analyze our success. We really don't know. We were just working. We were too busy working.
We were little by little spreading into all the little towns around San Antonio. And we found ourselves going on weekends like, yeah, let's go play in Poteet, and let's go play in Pleasanton. I remember one of our big things now I remember that one of our biggest jobs was playing in Houston for $200, which was, my goodness, it was going to be this $200 is going to last us forever. Can you dig this? God.
We worked together for 2 or 3 years. That's when we had that Talk to Me. We recorded that here in San Antonio.
We sold 10.5 million records of Talk to Me. It was to headline our very first English album, which kind of like we're on our way.
I love you so.
But you know, in this industry, I guess it's a beautiful thing about people who are determined to make it. Sonny went his way and we went our way, and we both made it, you know.
Since the early days of Tejano music, the Tejano sound has continued to grow, and with the influences of modern technology in the music world, a new generation is leaving its mark. Tejano music today is broader than ever, still giving us a flavor of the past, but moving us into the future.
Cuando vuelva mi México, si Dios me lo permite, yo le vuelvo a cantar. Otra vez he soñado con tu amor.
We'll be back with more of the Tejano sound after these messages.
He soñado que en tus brazos me...
It's great to be considered an important contributor to the Tejano sound. But I'm not the only one that was around in those early days. When you think of the guys that were playing our kind of music, the music we call La Onda Chicana back then, you have to include people like Little Joe y La Familia as part of our history.
Si sus labios se abrieron, fue para decirme, ya no te quiero. Yo sentí que mi vida se perdió en un abismo profundo y negro como mi suerte. Quise hallar el olvido al estilo sanando, pero aquel mariachi y aquel tequila me hicieron llorar.
The thing that impresses me the most is he's loved. And he has a lot of critics, but he's loved by his people. Little Joe come to see him, not so much because it's a new album or a new song, it's just those old songs, just do it to them again and again, like Las Nubes, a classic, man, you know, which about a year ago I started calling the national anthem for Tejano music. And I got a lot of negative reaction, but there is no other song that elicits the response that's everybody identifies with that song. You know, it's more than 10 years old, but I'm sure everybody places that song at some point in their life, you know, whether they're young or old or they're married, because it's got elements of Chicano life, Hispanic life.
Las nubes que van pasando se paran a lloviznar. Parece que se sostienen cuando a mí me oyen cantar. Cuando a mí me oyen cantar, se paran a lloviznar. Parece que alivian mi alma con su agua que traen del mar. Yo le digo a mis amigos, los que les gusta tomar.
That music, that sound, those words speak to the everyday life, aspirations, hopes, problems, pain, to all that we are as human beings. And people relate to it. It is their humanity speaking out in many different ways. Some of us relate to it intellectually, some of us spiritually, and some of us combine those different elements into one expression, an expression that says, somos.
Y con todo sentimiento las pongo en esta canción para ver si así descansa este pobre corazón.
The Tejano Music Awards are going on their 7th year. Another show will be here before you know it. And this will be their 2nd year at the arena. That's how big the awards have gotten. It's amazing. When they were at the banquet hall, they could only hold 2,300 people. But with the move to the arena, they now have room to grow even more.
The Tejano Music Awards program of 1986 was another milestone for both the sponsors and organizers of the event. More time had been spent on the stage setup, the lighting, the sound, and all the other behind-the-scene elements. And for the first time, more money had to be spent in bringing in nationally known co-hosts like Johnny Rodriguez and Miss USA. But in the end, 1986 was really a new beginning. Let's go back now and relive some of those special moments from the sesquicentennial Tejano Music Awards show.
Happy birthday, Texas! Happy birthday! I want to say welcome to those of you from Washington, from Idaho, from New Mexico. Thank you for being here.
Entre más lejos me vaya, yo te quiero mucho más.
Gracias a todos ustedes. I couldn't do it without you. I love you. Thank you.
The male vocalist of the year 1986 is Oscar González, La Mafia.
Me despido en este canto, dedicando para ti.
The people of Texas have voted Montana Band Most Promising Band of the Year 1985, 6th Annual Tejano Music Awards.
I guess the scariest part of it is
that we put together the format, the presentation, who's going to be there, and when we finish, at that point, as far as I'm concerned, at that point, I think about, oh no, what about next year? It's having to top it every year. You know, I guess that would be the scariest one, but it's a fun scare.
Plans for the 1987 awards began immediately after the 86 event. This year's show will be the best yet, with TV stars Ana Alicia and Eddie Olmos coming in to co-host the awards. The ballots have been cast and counted, but we all have to wait to find out who the big winners are for 1987.
With the support of these sponsors, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Express News, Southwest Airlines, the City of San Antonio and its Mayor, Henry Cisneros, 1987 promises to be a great year for the founders of the Tejano Music Awards.
Now therefore do I, as Mayor of our city, in recognition thereof, hereby proclaim March 1st through 31st, 1987, the month of March to be Tejano Music Month in San Antonio, Texas.
To me, the most important thing that happens at those award banquets and ceremonies and dances is that future generations will look back and say, I came out of this. This is my reality. This is my meaning. This is my beauty.
The very first year that they started, I was like the rest of the Chicanos. I was against it. I thought it was just somebody out there to try to make bucks. But after working closely with some of the people, I have found out the cost of things and the heartbreaks and the heartaches. And these people were determined to make this thing work. And it's not just working for them, it's working for all of us. And I think that they have the support of everyone now in the industry. So I think it's a great achievement. People talk about longevity. You know, that's what's going to do it. And this is the seventh one, I believe. I hope to be here for the 38th and 39th.
It's getting better every year. It's going to be better next year, really.
I think it's beautiful. It's grown, and I'm very happy for Gibby and Rudy and everybody else. They deserve it.
Hello, I'm Henry Cisneros, and once again, the City of San Antonio proudly welcomes the Tejano Music Awards to our city. This station will be airing more about this important special. Stay tuned for more information.
Porque yo no sé el camino.